Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back yet again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys, and I am pretty excited. If you clicked on the thumbnail, I'm sure you guys know what's up. We are going to talk about one of the latest Nishane releases on their X series. Really, I think the second most popular one. Today, we're going to give you the lowdown on this. I hope you guys are excited. And before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys. Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel. We are headed towards 17,000 subscribers. We have an archive of over 600 videos, guys, with all no hype reviews. So please support the channel by liking and subscribing. And the fragrance that we will be talking about today is none other than Nishane Ani X. Yes, Nishane Ani X. Oh my god, I'm so excited to talk about this one, primarily because Ani the original is one of my favorite fragrances, guys, and I have been testing both of these for the past, like, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, Ani right here is definitely one of my favorites. Ani X, what a great addition to the mix. Okay, now before we talk about Nishane Ani X, let's talk about the original Ani real quickly, guys. Kind of like a 2023 update, if you will. Now, Nishane Ani, the original, why is it wonderful? Okay, I'll keep it simple, guys. This fragrance has a combination of a beautiful ginger sweet opening that progresses into a woody vanilla gourmand ending. Okay, so it's kind of like a sandwich. You go through the transitions in the mid, kind of like an earthy rose that comes in the mid with some patchouli, but then mostly you are going to get that beautiful ginger spice with some bergamot and other notes that end up with a woody vanilla ending, guys. Okay, really strong, potent vanilla here with Ani, and it overall gives a beautiful sensation that I think when this fragrance came out in 2019, no other fragrance really smelled like it or had that kind of combination. And another big reason that Ani became popular was that this fragrance was popular all over the spectrum. So basically, men, women, anybody in between could enjoy Ani, guys. Okay, that's the second thing. And the third thing is, of course, the performance. Okay, so Ani right here is actually pretty strong. It's potent. It's actually very consistent over how many hours? I think 12 to 13 hours or more. So Ani is really a lovable fragrance. Not only is it unique, it brings something new to the table, or it brought something new to the table back in 2019, but it is also universally loved, and also the performance is stellar. So why do an Ani X if the original was good enough? In my opinion, it's because there are still some people that don't like the way Ani goes. And of course, when you have an enhancement, this is a great chance to kind of adjust the fragrance to some of those people's likings as well. Some people say the original can lean femme, and I definitely can see that, not only because of the sweet ginger intro and the vanilla gourmand ending, but also on the original there is a prominent rosy mid that can definitely lean femme. So I definitely understand that. And so there's some people that wished that Ani was a little bit more masculine. And the second thing is that it is currently summer, so Ani, although it is usable anytime, anywhere, this would not be my priority when it comes to summer fragrances. It's not something that I would pull out first more than the others. So in this fragrance, Ani X, in my opinion, they have made some huge adjustments, guys, that really apply to all these things that I was talking about. So anyways, let's put all that aside. Let's go spray this thing right now. Okay, guys, now let's talk about Nishane Ani X, shall we? Starting with the opening, guys. On the opening, you are going to get the following notes. You're going to get ginger. You're going to get cardamom. You're going to get lemon, bergamot, melon, pink pepper, as well as watery notes, guys. Okay, woo, that is a lot. Now let's talk about the notes that are gonna sound familiar to you guys and gals if you love the original Ani. Of course, you've got the ginger right here, and cardamom is a note that you've seen in the mid of the original Ani. It's now right here in the original, right up top, and then you have an extra dose of lemon to flank that bergamot, guys. First and foremost, I do want to say that that ginger that you guys liked in Ani X, it is supercharged. It is a supercharged ginger that, to me, after testing the original and X side by side, I realized, oh my gosh, this is a stronger ginger note, guys. I mean, you can really smell the warming zing of this ginger right here. And also, it is immediately flanked by that cardamom. Okay, so if you love cardamom and you loved it in the mid as that green spicy note right there, cardamom comes up right here in the beginning immediately as you smell that ginger. So it's a ginger, cardamom, and pink pepper spicy intro, guys, with a lot of zing. And so if you like, or if you wished a spicier, intro to Nishane Ani, I think you've got it right here with this combo. On top of making this fragrance a lot more spicier, because in the Ani mix, you pretty much have one ginger note and then everything is kind of sweet. So that's why it's kind of like universally liked. Like, women love it too because it's a sweet, spicy intro, kind of balanced, but here you do have a lot more spice, okay? And then it is also flanked by an uplifting component, okay? So this fragrance is much more uplifting. Remember what I said about spring summer season, right? So this one not only has your bergamot, but it also has an uplifting dose of lemon and a melon note, okay? A sweet melon note that gives you, I guess, the same sweetness, but it's more of like an uplifting sweetness that really makes up this component right here. So this fragrance to me is much more spring summer friendly, despite of that huge spice component, that zing of ginger. You also are gonna have an uplifting component comprised of lemon, bergamot, and melon. There are also these watery notes in the backdrop, guys, of the opening, but to me, the supercharged part is really what makes the opening special right here. Again, a spicier component, a stronger ginger component compared to the original Ani that does have a lot more sweetness than the spice. Okay, that's what I will say. And so if you wished that the original Ani became spicier or would become more masculine in character, I think that this is it right here with Ani X. Definitely this one has a stronger, spicier component that I think the men will like more compared to the original. The other thing I'll say about the uplifting component of this fragrance, guys, with the bergamot, lemon, and melon, is that it is strong. Okay, it is strong. Actually, the whole thing is strong. Like I said, it is supercharged. Okay, so there's a strong zing, but then it is counterbalanced with the uplifting notes. Definitely applicable to the spring summer season. It's definitely stronger than an aura scent, so people will notice you. You will leave a scent trail as you are wearing Ani X. Okay, now let's talk about the mid right here of Nishane Ani X, starting with the new kids on the block, the new notes that are right here in the mid. So right here in the mid, you are gonna get some lavender, sage, and green apple. Okay, so these are the new kids on the block. Another adjustment that they did was that the patchouli that is in the base notes of the original Ani is now here in the mid. So patchouli is now a mid note to accompany all these notes. And then you are going to get the similar rose and black currant that you also have in the original Ani. The green spice of cardamom that's in the mid of the original Ani to keep the green spice going past the green notes of the original, guys, has now been moved up to the opening, like I said. So this mid right here does not focus on green spice. This mid focuses on the uplifting aromatic notes flanked with fruity notes. Okay, that is what the mid is all about right here. The uplifting feels that were given to you guys in the original will be continued by your lavender and sage. Okay, and not only that, but you also have a stronger performing mid because of these aromatic notes. That scent trail in the beginning continues right here in the mid because of these nice aromatic notes. Now the rose that's much more prominent in the original Ani that a lot of guys were wishing, oh, wish it was different, guys. The rose is much weaker here in Ani X. I can definitely tell you that. The focus was in the uplifting All right, that energy boosting, supercharged nature. You still smell these lovely fruity notes lingering around, much like the opening with the melon and the lemon. It continues on here. Not much on the spice component in the mid, guys, but it is going to be uplifting and aromatic. The patchouli note here that was wisely moved from the base to the mid, in my opinion, blends well with that rose. That's why the rose isn't super prominent, because the patchouli lends that green earthy dimension to that rose. And of course, rose and patchouli is a great mix, period. But to me, it lessens the spotlight on the rose and really puts the spotlight on these uplifting, aromatic, and fruity notes. So I think it's very likable, much more likable to me than the original Ani. Now, finally, guys, let's go into the dry down. The dry down of Ani X is pretty similar to the original Ani. However, this one does not have an amber bridge, okay? This does not have an amber bridge. Matter of fact, the bridge that you will get into the dry down is that rose patchouli mix. That is what bridges into the dry down, but this one right here is not going to be an ambery dry down. Now, what you will get with Ani X is an extremely woody vanilla dry down, which I think is absolutely lovable, guys, okay? And there's also that cashmere accord that warms this up. But really, to me, I really love that you got the cedar and the sandalwood and the vanilla in huge doses right here in the end of Ani X. When it comes to the original, we also loved that combination, but when I tested the original multiple times, that woody and vanilla ending really happened way later. Okay, you had to go through that amber and musk stage before you got to that really wonderful sandalwood. But right here in the dry down of Ani X, I would say it's a smooth, natural smelling, woody ending with some vanilla. Of course, you're still gonna get your musk and your ambergris, but really that is the big change. In the original, there's definitely that ambery stage right there, headed into the dry down, and of course, before all that woodiness happens. Right here, it's almost immediate. The dry down is woody vanillic, very wonderful. To those that love sandalwood, for example, you're gonna get a huge dose right here with Ani X. Ultimately, Nishane Ani X to me is a wonderful upgrade slash enhancement to the original Ani. The original Ani definitely brought something new to the table back in 2019. This one takes it to the next level, in my opinion, guys. Again, because of a very impactful start, a supercharged, in my opinion, a supercharged character with a stronger spice component and an uplifting component that continues all the way to the mid. So if you wished for those changes for the original Ani in the beginning, something that's much more masculine maybe, you're gonna get that spice component. And because it is the summer season, this fragrance focused a lot more on the uplifting components, okay? So you get a lot of uplifting components from the beginning all the way to the mid, guys, okay? Lovely. I mean, lemon, bergamot, melon, apple, blackcurrant, and then those aromatic notes of lavender and sage that keep it uplifting, okay? So it's definitely applicable for the spring summer season, a lot more than the original as well. And of course, in the dry down, instead of going into a pure fade to black, I mean, amber definitely curves a fragrance. They took the amber out and you get a nicer sandalwood, cedar, and vanilla ending right here. So it's definitely consistent. You're not gonna get like a fade to black fall winter fragrance here with Ani X, but you're gonna get a much more balanced Ani that you can use in the spring summer season. And on the longevity, guys, Nishane Ani X, in my opinion, lasts a total of 12 to 13 hours. The original Ani, in my opinion, lasts longer than this. Maybe it's the amber note prolonging it, and the woody notes don't really last as long compared to that. But to me, Ani X, 12 to 13 hours, that's good enough. I'm just saying it's not like the original Ani that lasts up to 15 hours, okay? So it's not a slouch either, but when we talk about the impact, we talk about the initial hit, the initial sillage, the uplifting performance of this, as well as the scent trail, I think that Ani X beats the original one. Alright, so that is it. That is my fragrance review on Nishane Ani X. Definitely a nice full bottle worthy replacement or enhancement to the original if you are a fan, especially for this current season right here, guys. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think. I'm pretty sure you got the same sample set as me, like at the same time frame. So if you've already tried it, does that match with what I've said about Ani X and the original Ani? Let me know in the comments below if you prefer this one to the original or vice versa. And that is it, guys. I will see you on the next video. It'll probably be on Wulong Cha X, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Again, this is Troy D. God bless. Take care. Peace.